What's up, Fomo Fantasy Football Nation? Is iFOMOhard or Fantasy FOMO? And this is Tuesday night waivers live. Let's first jump into a wrap up of the weekend. Let me make sure sound audio looks good right now. It might be a little too loud. Let's lower it just a little bit. Bring that down. There we go. By the way, Zoom is open if you want to jump on and voice your opinion. The Zoom line is open, so just let me know you're coming. The link is in the description, so feel free to jump on if you want to throw your 2 cents in. All right, so I'm assuming that there'll be a few people watching this on a replay. Let's just dive right into it. This weekend, I pulled off the miracle of miracles. Was 100% sure I was losing, and hey, you know, when you're lucky, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. This weekend, I was lucky. Let's go ahead and take a look at see what happened. Maybe I should lower this just a little bit more. There we go. See how that comes through. Yeah, it's a fair level. Okay, so week 5 is coming. Week 4, we wrap it up going 2-2. Let's go ahead and look at the game center real quick and just see what happened. Joe Mixon last night, I thought by himself was for sure going to take care of me, but it didn't happen. Let's go back a week. Week 4. As you can see, I didn't even score 120 points. I don't know how I won, but I did. Well, I do know how I won. Joe Mixon didn't show up for him. 10 points. And he also had Tyler Boyd that pulled in only 6. I thought one of these guys would be at 24 by themselves, but they didn't. And so now I move 2-2, which is a really good thing considering week 5 I get back Gordon. Yes, sir, Gordon comes back. Guys, my advice to you right now, get rid of Eckler. If you're holding Eckler right now, get the best price you can for Eckler right now because his stats are going to suffer from Gordon coming back. I don't care what anybody tells you. Gordon is their number one. They made it. They stated it. Trade Eckler if you can get anything a subpar for him because now's the time. If you wait another week and Gordon comes in this week and he takes over a lot of the share, starts running first, second, sometimes third down. I don't know if they're going to run him that hard the first week, but Eckler may go back to the passing back, and if you're okay with that, great. I think Gordon and Eckler are probably the best handicap or handcuffing that you can do with a running back and its teammate right now in the league. I don't know who else would be better. What team? Sounds like a pretty good handcuff to me. So anyway, that's what happened. We're looking forward to this week. Let's dive into the... I don't want to talk about my lineup too much right now because I'm still, as you can see, it's still wide open. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. I'm still holding on to Antonio Brown. Still holding out hope. No, not really. I just haven't found anybody to drop him for. I'm not going to drop him until, I absolutely need to. And right now I'm carrying 2 kickers, one of which already had their bye, as well as the defense. So we'll see. I really don't need to drop him yet. At some point I will, though. I know I'm starting Ingram, and I know I'm starting Goff. I think I'm starting Goff. I like starting Goff because of Cup. I got these 2 handcuffed as well. It's been working out really well, so I'll probably continue on and just hope Goff gets, 17 to 20 like they're rating here. And maybe Cup will go off for 20 again. We will see. Really tempted to start Diggs against the Giants. He had a breakout week last week. This game, for me, wouldn't have even been in question if I had made the move to put Beckham on the bench like I said I was going to. But I never did get around to that. I did, however, put Minnesota in over the Bears. And Mistakeville that was. But I did escape. We're 2-2. We're still in the hunt. Before we get into the waiver wire, let's go ahead and look at this standings right now. Okay, so this is my nemesis right here. This guy and I went to the finals last year. We got all the way to the Super Bowl, and he put me down. So no thanks to Gordon, who was hurt. Or Mahomes, who just didn't want to step up that day. 2-2, we're staying at 500. This is exactly the spot I wanted to be in. Barkley is still out for me. Saquon is out, so when he comes back, I am expecting big things. Gordon, Lindsey, I'm not sold on him. Some other people are, I'm not. I like McCoy better than Lindsey. And then I'm going to have Barkley and Gordon and Lindsey and McCoy on the same team, not to mention Beckham, who's right now, he's iffy for me. But I'm sitting on Diggs. Kupp is a winner by far, and Shepard look, this new quarterback, I don't know. Once they get some tape on him, he may go away. They may put him down. But for now, the last couple weeks, they said of quarterbacks that did not start in week 1, he's got by far the best stats. So, but how many quarterbacks didn't start in week 1 and moved on week 2, week 3, week 4? So the jury's still out on him. Let's go ahead and look at some players right now that you can get. I really do think getting rid of Eckler at a high price right now is really a smart move. Don't listen to me if you don't want to. This is not fantasy well, wait a minute. It is fantasy football advice. Shit, sue me. Anyway, back to this. Phillip Rivers sitting on the waiver wire, and this is in my league. You may find different results in yours, but I'm just going to go through and look at who's available right now in the league I'm in. I'm not really too interested in quarterbacks. You can always stream one. You can pick Rivers up. I don't know about against Denver, though, and this is I'm assuming we're in week 5. Let's go and make sure we're looking at week 5, yeah. So they're looking at Denver as their opponent this week. Denver's pretty tough on defense. I don't know. We'll see. I think they're going to try and run the ball a lot against Denver, which plays really well for me with Gordon. Baker Mayfield, man, against San Francisco. San Fran's been pretty tough this year. Maybe Cleveland can step up and get a win at San Francisco. I'm not too sure right now. I thought Cincinnati would be able to also, but then Cincinnati got spanked yesterday. So what do I know? Cleveland, I really need Mayfield to have a big day in order for Beckham to have a big day. Jones, this is the new news there, isn't it? Isn't he the new news, or is this their other? I think this is the new news right here. Let's check him out. This is the guy that's going to save. Look, he looks like Eli Manning. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. It's not very good. But he did get the win. So he's had 2 wins. That's big. And he had 37 points in this game here. So we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. I thought they said Daniel Jones did. Well, I guess, like I said, there wasn't many quarterbacks that didn't play week 1 and then played the rest. So, yeah, if you make that comparison, he's doing pretty good. Jacoby Brissett, I think he could be a good pickup against Kansas City. That might not be a bad stream right there. As a matter of fact, I'm almost thinking about doing it. I just don't have... Interesting. Teddy Bridgewater. Is Drew Brees coming back? Let's see what it says. Bridgewater wasn't able to lead a touchdown drive against Dallas defense. Backup was able to keep the chips moving. 20s and provide. So what, did he get taken out? The backup. It's not good. Kirk Cousins, just don't like him. Joe Flacco, just don't like him. Marcus Mariota against Buffalo. I'll pass. Gardner Minshew, maybe. This guy's been pretty good for Jacksonville so far. I think Fournette benefits the most from that, however. Let's try to find some running backs, some wide receivers right now, because that's really what you're looking for this week, isn't it? You can always find a quarterback to stream in most leagues, unless you have too many people in them. What I'm looking for is wide receivers and running backs. So Jamison Crowder, anybody on the Jets, I'm not really sold on. David Montgomery, he hasn't shown himself. Could be a breakout week against Oakland. Might take a look. They're struggling in the pass department in Chicago. They're struggling in the offense department in Chicago. So Montgomery could have a breakout week. Mohamed Sanu, he's been one of my favorites for years. He's a wide receiver. Here he's available on waivers. He's probably available on in your league on waivers as well. Let me see who else. I'm not really convinced on Pittsburgh yet because they still don't have a quarterback. Royce Freeman, I'm reading that he's going to be more of a passing back, which should open it up for Lindsey. So I'm holding on to Lindsey. I'm holding Lindsey. I would not play Freeman, but, I could understand maybe handcuffing the two of them together wouldn't be that bad of a play against the Chargers. I don't know. Calvin Ridley, that's another fave. I like anybody on Atlanta, to be honest. Any one of these receivers can explode, but you're always going to be in the shadows of Julio. Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde is interesting. I thought coming into Houston that he could take over that spot and really do some damage there. He's yet to do this, okay? If you're really needing a running back this week and you can't find anybody better than this, Carlos Hyde is a viable option, in my opinion. They're playing Atlanta. The defense is okay there, but I think maybe he could get off on them. He has not yet had a big breakout week. You see he's stepped it up. He got an extra point than he did his first week. So it hasn't been anything spectacular, but the guy's only had 1 touchdown. So all he needs is a touchdown, 100 yards or 2 touchdown game, and look, they're due. A lot of this is statistical as well. Playing fantasy football, if you've done it for some time, it's not just about the player. It's not just about the other teams. It's about the probability of them having a big week come sometime soon. Will Fuller, if you're looking for a wide receiver, again, this is in Houston. He hasn't been very impressive yet. Best game he's had is 10 points. This guy can break out. He's not going to have a bunch of those games, but he is going to put up numbers one game. That could be another option there. Mike Williams, I think he's still out. He's been ruled out for Sunday's contest in Miami. Okay, so that's from last week. So we don't really have an update. Check back tomorrow. I wouldn't go picking him up on waivers tonight because you don't know if he's going to be able to play or not. Matt Breida, I don't know, man. 220 scrimmage yards over the last 2 games. Breida's production could have been even greater were he not stuck in the backfield committee. Again, backfield committee, but the guy did score 10. He scored 16-2. He's got a bye this week. So if you're looking for someone, no, that was week 4. I'm sorry. They're playing Cleveland. Cleveland's defense has been pretty decent. I don't expect anything from Breida. Nothing that I would go out and try to get him first. Demarcus Robinson. See, now this is interesting here. He reeled in just 4 of his team high 9 targets at 35 yards. Patrick Mahomes went over 300 yards, but he really didn't get the ball to this guy. He did have a huge week against Oakland. 37 points, 13 against Baltimore. So look, man, anybody on Kansas City right now, in my opinion, is a good pickup. So if you don't have anyone from Kansas City and you're in need of a wide receiver, streaming receiver, maybe you have a bye, maybe you have an injury, Demarcus Robinson, if you can find him available, why not? He's as viable as any of these other characters here. Day Westbrook, I like him as a receiver. I just don't like the system. I think it's geared for Fournette, especially now that Foles is out. He could have a big week, though. This guy is streaky like that as well. He can explode. He'll have a 2-touchdown week and go over 100 yards, and then you're going to wish you would have had him. Geronimo Allison, I like that he's underneath Brett Favre, but Brett Favre has his favorites. Devontae Adams is obviously his favorite now. Now, if Adams starts getting double-teamed and he can't shake it, maybe they throw around the horn and Allison is the beneficiary of some of this stuff, but I wouldn't go out of my way to pick him up. Randall Cobb. This is interesting. I thought he was over on the Giants. I thought they said he was coming back. So I don't know what's going on. I thought he was on the Giants, to be honest. I don't know what I'm missing here. Has he been playing? I could have swore I read today that, no, I must be wrong. Who the hell is it that went to the Giants? Maybe I was reading something I thought I was reading. Maybe it was old. I have no idea. I thought they said Cobb was on the Giants. Oh, Golden Tate. That's what I'm thinking of. I apologize. Golden Tate. I believe he's on the Giants. And I don't see him on the list here. I think he's coming back from something, an injury or something. Let's see. That could be a waiver wire pickup, too. If you really need a wide receiver, Golden Tate might be an option for you. Let me show you why. Is he available here? Yeah, he is. No, he's not. All right, so he's on the exempt. He's been activated, added to the roster. So someone already went out and got him. I believe he was a free agent this morning. So this was actually a smart pickup for this guy. He's 0-4, so he needed to do something. And, Golden Tate may add some points. So definitely look for Golden Tate because, again, he's coming back from injury. You may not know that he's available because he has no points. So if you're looking at just the projections, he may not come up. So see if you can beat some people. It is Tuesday night. Some leagues you have to wait until Wednesday morning. So depending on your waiver order, you may be able to get him. This league, for some reason, isn't like last year. It's like your first pick you get if you're the first one out there for it. So I don't know. There's no waiting till Wednesday morning. Unless he's been dropped in the last 24 hours. I don't remember it working that way, but my league this year, that's how it's set. Let's see. I was already in the page 2 here. So actually, Golden Tate wasn't a bad pickup. And I strongly recommend if you're in need of a wide receiver, go get him. He's probably available. He might be available. He was available this afternoon, I thought. He just added him. Yeldon for Buffalo. Who knows? It's a running back. Might get you something. He could have a big game, but man, you're already over here. Like Bernard was strong, but that was when Mixon was down. And to be honest, Cincinnati looks terrible. Terrible. Why are they so bad? Adrian Peterson, man, he's not doing what he used to do. This guy is not father time. He's at the end of his career. I don't like him. Didn't like him last year. I'm not going out of my way to get him as well. Dion Lewis. I have no idea what happened to this guy. He had such promise on him, and I'm just not seeing it. Now, Darren Sproles. I'm not sure why he hasn't been more of an intricate part of the running game and passing, but, he can explode, and if you're looking for someone to take a chance on, Sproles could go big one week, and if you're holding him, that could be the week. I'm trying to see who else maybe we jump into. Ty Johnson. You know what? It's looking kind of shitty now for me. Let's go back to quarterbacks. Oh, you know what? Tight ends. That's something I need to look at. I don't have a break until week 11, so I'm not really looking for a tight end now, so I'm not carrying two. Now, if one goes down, obviously you want to have one. It's good. I could have had Kelsey. I wanted McCoy, so I made that trade. I'm living with that. Would be nice to have Kelsey and then Ingram as, working back-to-back. We can only start one tight end in my league. I still like Eric Ebron, but not enough to go out of my way to pick him up right now. Dance McDonald is coming back, I think, so maybe you can get something with this guy here. He has a chance to play Sunday against the Ravens. I don't know. He may or may not play. Keep an eye on him for later in the week. He's not a terrible tight end to play. Jimmy Graham, he's available in my league. This guy, I think he must have been hurt there. The 2 games that he did put up points, he put up double-digit points, 18 against Philly. That's not bad, and he's playing Dallas this week. Not a bad pickup if you're looking for a tight end right now, to be honest. Vernon Davis, father freaking time. I don't know, man. This guy's old. He's like my father's age. No, he's probably, I don't know how old he is. He's got to be late 30s, early 40s by now. Jack Doyle, he's the other side of that tight end, dual tight ends in Indy. Now with Jacoby back there, I don't know. It seems like Andrew Luck and Eric Ebron had a better little schming-ding going on. They had something going on there. Now, Doyle was out last year, but even when Doyle came back, it just kept on going to Ebron. Not seeing the love to Ebron, although I still like Ebron. Tyler Eifert. Wasn't this guy like a premier tight end at some point? I remember him scoring a shitload of points last year. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe he just had one big game. I don't know. I thought I've seen him put up points, but he's looking like Purdue this year. Now, Cameron Brate and O.J. Howard back-to-back. Now, I know a lot of fantasy owners went out and actually drafted this guy. And here he is, sitting on the bench, on waivers rather, free, available. So if you're looking for a tight end, you may be able to find one of these two guys. And I tell you what, O.J. Howard was highly coveted. He was highly sought after in the preseason, in the draft. Why he's on waivers right now? Probably because we can only start one tight end. There's only 8 guys in our league, and there's 8 better tight ends. But if you're in need of a backup, you're in need of a bye week, Howard may be available, and Howard really isn't a bad play. Tampa offense has been playing pretty good this year. Let's look at the record right now. So they scored 17 against San Fran, lost. They won 20-14 against Carolina, big ups. They lost on a field goal attempt on a chip shot, 31-32, but they put up 31 points. And then last week, they put up a team high of all-time team high of points, 55, and won the game 55-40 against who? Against the Rams of all teams. Tell me that's not impressive. And I don't care if you're a Rams fan or not. You can't even make an excuse why that happened, because that should not have happened. Tampa Bay may be for real this year. Look, putting it on a team like LA, they did this to them in their own house. I got a buddy that's a huge LA fan, and I really haven't talked to him. I kind of just let it go. But man, how's it feel, yo? How's it feel? Yeah. Tampa looking pretty good. So, again, to me, tight ends, this is the sleeper right here you want to jump on. We'll see. We'll see if anybody pays attention in my fantasy league. They all laugh at me, but yet I come on here and I tell them pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. And you know what? If I was thinking of doing it and I'm doing it, you probably want to follow it, guys, especially if you're like 0-4, Trying to teach you. I can show you better than I can tell you. And And that's why I run the stream. If you play me on Sunday, look out, because you ain't going to take it. Let me put it like that. All right, let's see what's going on. I have not looked at the stream one time at the chat, so nobody's in here anyway. It's all good, guys. I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you got a little something out of it. Like and subscribe if you're catching it. Shill it to your friends. Let's try to build this channel up a little bit. It comes off of a crypto channel called iFOMOhard. That is my main channel. It's FomoNation. We do live streams. We do crypto talk, crypto analysis, charts, dApps, whatever. If you're interested in learning more about crypto, or you're already in crypto and you just want to take it a little bit further and you want to join a great community, the link's in the description. FomoNation Telegram, pretty much an all-purpose Telegram. Come on in, hang out, say hi. Tell them you came from Fomo Fantasy Sports NFL, and we'll give you a special welcome. Anyway, guys, I am iFOMOhard, a.k.a. Fantasy FOMO, and I'm out of here. Peace. Good night.